I think they're going to give it. I think they're going to give this to Canelo, even though I thought GGG edged him out. Harold Letterman thought he won, but it's all about money, like I said. Either a draw again, or I think this time they're going to give it to Canelo. This is live. I'm watching live right now. It was a great fight. At least we got a great fight, but controversy stinks. Here we go. I think they're going to rob Golovkin, of course, because there's no money in a 36-year-old fighting in California. Here we go. They're going to rob him. They're going to rob Triple G. 114. Nonsense. This is ridiculous. Here goes the robbery for the third fight. All about the money. G won that fight.
113. Your winner,
Canelo, watch. Even though GGG won, they're not going to permit him to win. I knew it. I told you. I told you. I knew it. So, look. I watched the fight last night. 2 rounds were slightly interrupted. I can't get into specifics. I also recorded myself when the decision was going down because I said there's no way GGG would get this no matter what on a decision. I always said that with the first fight too as well, where I thought he won. Everyone's got an opinion, and boy, the insults are flying today, and it's pretty sad in boxing. Fans can't get together. It's I guess in all sports it's like this, right? I'm just a big boxing guy. Got the special shades on. Got my shades because of the lights I got going on here, and also because Triple G lost. This is just, I'm in mourning, actually. Clear here. There's no excuses with anything. When it comes to me, I'm just giving things the way I see it. I'm just always breaking down fights and giving facts and predictions like I see it. And this is my opinion. Everyone's entitled to one. But here you go. Let's look at the fight news right away at the top here. Let's go to the poll. I'm just saying, this is the poll. Harold Letterman thought GGG won. He was up, didn't he have him up by 4 rounds or something like that? Canelo, at this point, it's 29.06% people think that Canelo won the fight. And Triple G, Golovkin, 70.94% believe he won the fight. And that's what the results are at fightnews.com. I'll give them a plug, whatever, who cares. So, this is what I'm seeing. The comments are hysterical. Another black eye for boxing. A lot of salty people out there. There's a lot of salty people on both sides. But I don't want to focus so much on that right now. I want to talk about Canelo giving him some props. How I thought personally that he wasn't going to fight a fight that would be going forward. I thought he would go off the back foot more, and I thought he would capitalize on mistakes that he thought he made in the first fight. But you got to give him props for actually sticking in there. That being said, he gets massive props from me for doing that, for making that adjustment. That being said, where do some of these boxing experts get their logic from when saying, even if like Golovkin is winning, oh, Canelo is standing his ground and fighting a different type of fight, so they were trying to allude to saying he deserves to win just because he switched his style. What kind of crack, I'll just come out and say it, is Roy Jones on? A bias was set, in my opinion, from the beginning for HBO. Max Kellerman picked Canelo to win, so obviously he wants him to win. It just sounded like they really wanted him to win. Roy Jones sounded like he really wanted Triple G to lose the fight. And I think that when you have you're a professional on that stage and you have a bias right away, and you have that going into a fight, it just doesn't look right. It's not a good look when you're constantly cheering that guy on, and no matter what, you're going to say he won the fight and give a justified reasoning being because he switched his style, he's going forward, and he's fighting like a Mexican fighter, and just not looking at the fact that GGG landed more punches regardless of the bodywork Canelo did. I'm not taking anything away from Canelo. Hear me out. If you're still in this video, hear me out. I saw the fight once, and I was interrupted twice. I can't really talk about it, why I was interrupted twice. I did think the decision wasn't as bad as the first decision. I could be wrong. I have to look at the fight again. I'm just talking real talk. I only saw it once. But from what I saw, I do not have a giant problem with a robbery. I'm going to just say that. And I'm also going to say, are we going to let 3 judges in 2018 tell us who won a fight? That is ridiculous. That has to be fixed. Do I think Triple G won the fight? He landed more punches, and he had a great jab. Of course, he would like to knock out, vice versa. But who's making these rules up? I mean, you listen to these experts calling the fight. I would love to see the British commentary, who they had it for. But you cannot let the people talking behind the mic, just because they're on TV, dictate of what's going on and who's winning the fight. You cannot listen to them because they have personal interest, in my opinion, and a certain fighter. And I believe Canelo would always get the decision. I said it. Go back, look at the videos. I made countless videos on this. The first video and the second video. I stuck to the theme of they will not permit GGG to win the fight, and that's what happened. They're not going to give GGG a decision ever in Vegas. I believe that De La Hoya and the whole system of a younger, marketable, more bankable fighter, because Triple G's beyond his prime now at 36. It's all about money. I discussed this before. Marketing, revenue, dollars, generating billions of dollars for Vegas, keeps everyone working. And yes, billions of dollars with a B, because Canelo could generate that with more fights in Vegas. Triple G should never take a third match, if that's ever on the table, with Canelo. Ever. Never take it, because he's never going to get a decision unless he knocks Canelo down at least 2 or 3 times in a fight, where they can't deny that. He cannot get a decision there no matter what. I think the fix is in for Canelo always, because it's all about money. Boxing is corrupt. It needs to be regulated. It needs to be torn apart. The system needs to be rebuilt from the inside. There needs to be, at least like on a jury in the U.S., you have a jury convicting someone of some type of crime, usually. A jury or just a penalty of a car incident, a judge awarding money. There should be more people judging a fight. 3 is not enough. Obviously, corruption is in boxing. It has not gone anywhere. It still exists today in 2018. I think there's been irresponsible comments made. Although I love Teddy Atlas, I want to see him at ringside on his ESPN fights. I think that it was irresponsible for him to say before the fight that Triple G is overrated. He made a mistake. He said Canelo, but he meant, from what I heard, he meant Triple G is overrated. He said that. He did. Go back and look. I think that's wrong. I think also this guy being on a juice twice, let's call it what it is. It's just real talk. Steroids, pads, whatever you want to say. I agree with Teddy Atlas on that. But how is a man that got busted twice using illegal substances, banned for only a year or 6 months? I don't know what it was. It should be longer than that. Wasn't John Jones in the UFC out much longer for this? How do you get caught twice cheating and people are still behind the guy? Get this right. I was a Margarito fan. There's nothing to do personally against Canelo when my decision making on fights. I go in based on my boxing IQ. In my previous prediction, Danny Garcia versus Porter, I said Porter would win on the cards. I thought he would out-hustle him. Exactly what happened. How do you just say this man is, oh, amazing, he won? So behind a man that cheated twice and taking potentially years off another man's life for cheating. Of course no one's going to admit it. To John Jones, who do you know that ever got busted using steroids? I'm going to just say the juice, because there's all types of juicing you can do. Who do you know that ever says, yeah, I did it. We fully knew we were taking this stuff and we did it. We're guilty. Of course he's not going to say that and ruin his career. I mean, he knows he's going to get back in there. He's aligned with De La Hoya, Golden Boy, big players in the boxing game. This is all about money. Don't you guys realize that? So you're all getting punked and ripped off as boxing fans. Like I said, in the first fight, they double dipped. We had a clear winner in the first fight. The second fight, if you want my personal opinion on it, okay, I'll give it that. I'm not going to say this is some gigantic robbery. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say, to me, it looked like Triple G did enough to win. But am I mad about it? I'm only mad about it because I believe no matter what Triple G did, he would never get the decision. That's what I'm mad at. It's not his fault that the judges are always going to be in for him on Mexican Independence Day, people. Do you really believe those judges were going to give it to Canelo? I mean, to Triple G? Come on now. That's crazy. Imagine how much soda they would have on them walking out that arena. Please. A lot of sore losers, and some might say, even say I'm a sore loser because I picked Triple G to win both fights. I'm not a sore loser. I just said I'm okay with him getting the decision in this fashion because it wasn't like, whoa, he knocked Canelo down. He hurt him several times. You know, it wasn't like so blatant of a ripoff. It was a somewhat of one of those fights where you could say it could have went either way type of fight. From what I saw, I'm going to watch it again. But I'm giving Canelo props what he did in the ring. He had, maybe, I don't know why he had that reinforcement on his knee, but he did surprise me. He did stay in there. He actually stood in front of him. You can't take that away from him. I believe that going into a third fight, if there's a third fight, that Triple G should never take it. Golovkin should never take a fight in Vegas. Ever. They should at least fight in Brooklyn, somewhere, anywhere else, not in Vegas. He will never get a decision there. It's just too much alignment with De La Hoya, with the way the boxing is promoted in Vegas, with Mexican Independence Day is all wrapped up into a package where it's going to favor, basically he's the hometown fighter, and boxing is notorious for giving the hometown fighter the decision. Now I'm reading through these comments while I'm here with you guys. I see another black eye for boxing. Hector M. Hernandez says this. Benjamin, bad decision, this guy says. He's just responding to someone. You know, a lot of profanities. I can't even read half the stuff. A lot of people are pissed off, and they're mad about a lot of things. Perhaps they're mad about buying a $100 fight where you had to have HBO waste airtime, essentially. And a lot of people said, here it is. I felt embarrassed for HBO when the best they could do was fill time before the main event and show 2 fights with absolutely nobody in the arena. How is a fan who paid $100 feel? But anyway, this guy's basically saying, this Howard Ethan guy is saying, how is a fan sitting ringside paying thousands supposed to feel good about this? Stinks for boxing. I'm paraphrasing this. They're saying bad things about Kellerman on this form, and he's disappointed. A lot of Roy Jones doing bad things to keep his job. So a lot of accusations are flying around, but at the end of the day, we got a great fight that once again was marked by controversy. Now, a lot of people get caught up in targeting personal attacks on people. What I'm saying is fix boxing. I'm pro boxing. I want boxing to be fixed. We shouldn't have nights like this where you have fights where a guy can do peds twice and only a couple of months, a year later, actually, a year and some change later, be in there fighting again. I was a big Margarito fan. Big Margarito fan. Loved the first Cotto fight, but when I found out the dude was guilty with the hand wraps, even of course they're going to deny it, using substances which gave a plaster-like effect. I don't remember the facts right now, but he got caught. This could potentially end lives. He did major damage to Cotto in the first fight. Permanent damage, I believe. And it took years off of Cotto's fighting career at a certain level, because I believe if that fight didn't take place, I mean, the guy's face just fell apart. You know, Cotto would have had an extra few years in there. This is ridiculous. I'm pro boxing, so right away, I turned against Margarito. I don't like the fact that Margarito cheated. Just like I don't like the fact that Canelo cheated. He cheated! He took the juice. Canelo fans, deal with your reality. He lost the first fight, and he took the juice. He got busted twice. It was one of those fights that was kind of close, but like I said, I'm mad because I thought the judges would never give it to GGG no matter what. It was either going to be a draw, like I said during the other predictions, or, which is a robbery in the first fight, it's going to be a Canelo win. Because he's younger, you can go over and over with him now for a couple of years and just generate billions of dollars in revenue. So why would they give a fight to an older fighter? Because these guys are all in it for the money. So guys, that being said, I just want to put that out there. I don't want to just jump on Canelo's win here. He won the fight. Congratulations. It's hard not to get caught up into this mess because it's bad for boxing. Starting with the 2 guilty busts of him. He got busted doing peds twice. Hold on. I also want to talk about Floyd Mayweather vs Pacuiao. Floyd Mayweather vs Pacuiao. Floyd Mayweather wants to take a fight with Pacuiao. I can't believe this. Is he running out of money, or is he just seeing easy $100 million payday? Probably the latter. Now, I think that Floyd Mayweather should do it. Honestly, he should do it. He could be in there making easy money again. I'll get more into it in detail if the fight really happens. I said the first fight would be anticlimactic. I thought that Floyd Mayweather would win the fight. Being a Pacquiao fan going into that fight, I was just real and honest with you guys, talking from the heart. I just thought that Floyd Mayweather would win an easy fight, just like I thought he would beat Canelo easy. And Floyd Mayweather has that type of style, but he can't stay out too long. If he stays out too long, he's risking a loss to Pacquiao via KO or TKO, in my opinion. So I don't know if he's training regularly or what. Floyd Mayweather should be training, and he should only take this fight if he's in shape and he's not sitting around and he's not training, because if he is not training, he's going to lose. Anyway, I'm out, guys. That's what I have to say about the aftermath of this whole fight. That's it. That's all I got. I'll be back soon. See you next time.
So many seeking power like the Game of Thrones. Planets are revolving around all your homes while you're staring in your phones. Some stay chasing that 15 minutes of fame in the social media game. Time is gonna pour water all over that flame. The earth life dims fast. Pretty soon we'll all be ghosts in the past. Some of us will be asking, why couldn't it last? The sea is only so deep. The hourglass ain't